welcome, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Sports Plus Live podcast. The episode number 39, the WrestleMania weekend episode of the Sports Plus Live podcast, because it is WrestleMania time. And WrestleMania is still going on. And that's pretty much what we're going to talk about today, because not much has changed since the last time we've seen each other, last time we talked to each other. I miss you guys. I can't wait to touch your faces again. I can't, just can't wait to hang out, kick it. It's getting warmer outside, except not here. Right now, today's Thursday the 2nd. And by the time you hear this, it might be Friday, Saturday, whenever you're listening to, but it's snowing right now. Snowing as we speak outside. Tomorrow would have been the official home opener of the Colorado Rockies, which is a pretty fun experience. But with the snow, it probably would have been very would have been a fun experience because it would have been cold, straight up. But this is what happens around this time. You never know what the weather is going to be like. You never really know until you wake up. And I'll hand it to the weather people this winter. They were spot on for the most part. They weren't as spot on about the coronavirus, but they were spot on. If you guys didn't know, if you guys looked outside, the coronavirus is still around. We're still on lockdown. Most of us are still on lockdown. And let's stay that way. Let's keep it, man. Let's keep it alive. Let's stay healthy as possible. Let's keep our kids safe. I'm going to say that every time. Let's keep our kids safe. And let's get through this, man. Let's get out of here. We got stuff to do. We got trips to plan. I want fights to. There's fights I want to watch. I want to watch fights. I want to watch sports. I want to watch, concerts. I want to go to Red Rocks. I want to do all kinds of stuff, man. So let's move this along. Come on. But speaking of fights, kind of the other off things other than WrestleMania we're going to be talking about here. Khabib Nurmagomedov pretty much just said he's not going to be fighting April 18th against Tony Ferguson. They don't even have a venue. They don't have a location, so they can't send location to Khabib, as he says. Send me location. So he was just like, I just can't. Like, what am I? What am I going to be? Why would I put my? He's in Russia. So this would happen. Let me get it explained. He's in Russia right now. I think I talked about it last time. I can't remember. But he's in Russia. He's locked down in Russia. Nobody in, nobody out. But yesterday, or the day before, there was a little bit of a lifeline where they said private jets are allowed in and out of Russia, which I was like, damn, that's pretty cool. That's a kind of a lifeline. He did say right before I got on here, I was at ESPN MMA on Instagram. He was talking to Brett Okamoto, I believe, and he said, if UFC finds a location and sends me location right now, I'm out. I'm fighting. I'm out there. Let me know. Whether it be Abu Dhabi, Russia, United States, let me know if I can. If they allow it, let's go. Let's do it. So I think they're still clinging on here. I think both parties still ready to fight. Them being Tony Ferguson, Khabib Nurmagomedov, and Dana White's ready as always. So we'll see. I don't know where this is going to go. I don't even know how the rest of the card is shaping up. I don't even know if there is a rest of the card. No, not all we are talking about is Khabib Nurmagomedov and Tony Ferguson. I want something to pop off April 18th. Isn't that? I think no. The thing the week before is Easter Sunday. I'm not 100% sure the Eastern weekend, but I want something, man. I need a different lifeline myself. So I'm hoping, I'm crossing my fingers that something does happen, and I hope something will happen. Because I'm sick and tired of watching all the other stuff. Even though we're on lockdown, I'm still working from home. And I've said this before, I'm still working from home. So I kind of have the same time. So I'm not I'm not really breaking my schedule. I don't have a lot of time on my hands. I do have probably an extra hour a day from driving back and forth to work. It's just about a half hour. Depends, something like about a half hour. But yeah, still have still don't have a lot of time. But I've been trying to. I just still like, I need to break up the monotony. Every day it's COVID-19, Corona this, and blah 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 this, and this many people are infected, and this again, just same thing over and over. And I need something to break the monotony. The malarkey, the monotony, the hoot of the whole whatever is going on right now. But I think that's gonna happen this weekend because this weekend, no UFC fights, but WWE and AEW are still putting on shows. This weekend is the mother of all shows, WrestleMania. It's gonna be way different than what we've been used to in the past. A big 8-10 hour event. You have pre-shows, pre-matches, pre-this, pre-that. 5 hours of wrestling matches on Sunday night. It's going to be way, way different now. It's going to be 2 nights. So right now, there you have it on, let me pull it up here. They have it on Saturday night and Sunday. Both starting at 5 o'clock my time, 7 p.m. Eastern. I don't know if it's going 3 hours each or 4 hours each. Right now, I think they're slated for 16 matches. Now, one of the big matches going on is Goldberg versus Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns has pulled out due to his, I think they call it autoimmune system. I don't know what it's called. He has a weak system because he just was got in remission from cancer. So he's had leukemia twice, and he's beat it both times. Thank God. But given what's going around and how this is affecting people with shitty immune systems, he decided to pull out. My understanding is they're actually taping a lot of these matches, and so they've taped a lot of matches already, and it's already been going down. And that's what I heard. I don't know if they've taped all of them. I don't know if they're all going to happen live. So I don't know, but they still have events going on. Monday, obviously Monday Night Raw. On Wednesdays, there's NXT and also AEW on Wednesdays, and then SmackDown's on Fridays. So I'm assuming Goldberg will have a new opponent. The rumor is that it's going to be Braun Strowman. Those of you guys, a lot of you guys know who Goldberg is. Former University of Georgia football player, former NFL player, obviously longtime WWE, WCW athlete. But just amazing shape. Seen him in a bunch of movies, a lot of TV shows. But Braun Strowman is he used to be a strongman competitor. He's like 6'9", 6'10". And he's a big boy. He's a really big boy. Very, very strong dude. So we'll see how this goes. I don't know how this is going to go. I never liked the fact that Goldberg was a part of this from the get-go. Well, what do I know? Who knows what's going to happen? You never know. So that's one thing. The other big match is Brock Lesnar versus Drew McIntyre, which I think will be main event on one of the nights. And then also Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair being the daughter of Ric Flair, for those of you who do not know. Woo! So give me a woo for that one. For the NXT Women's Championship, I don't know if I have time to explain. So let me explain this to you guys. Those of you who don't know wrestling very much, I haven't been following wrestling for a while. So WWE, for the longest time, has had Raw and SmackDown. So 2 different brands within WWE. They added NXT, which formerly used to be FCW, I believe. So if you guys watch, if you guys are on the WWE Network, watch the I think it's something called FCW on there. It's the documentary they just put out not too long ago. Pretty good. So they have the FCW, but it ended up being NXT, which is kind of like a rookie program almost, like a feeder program. People used to come in, prove themselves, and they get moved up to the main roster, which is SmackDown or WWE. But NXT got so big, they pretty much made it a third roster just not that long ago. Rightfully so. A lot of great wrestlers come through NXT. Adam Cole, baby. Adam Cole. Who else do they have? Obviously, Rhea Ripley. They have Velveteen Dream. They have what's his name? But anyways, there's a lot of. I'm drawing a blank. Kuzushi. No. I can't remember his name. I'm drawing a blank, dude. I can't. Whatever. You guys know me. I have these farts. Ooh, is that San Diego? But anyways, I'm watching TV's on in the back. Okay, that's it. I'm turning it off because it is San Diego, by the way. Sexual and violent. My second home. Shout out to San Diego, man. I'm gonna visit you guys soon. Those of you guys paying attention over there, on lockdown, stay home because I want to visit. I want to go back. That's my second home. If you guys have never heard the podcast before, you guys heard my aspirations, my dreams to. Oh shit! I just turned this off. This control controls this one and that TV, and just turned both of them off. Unbelievable. Just pick one, player. Hey. Anyways, yeah, San Diego, get it together. Let's go California, get it together. I want to go back. I have stuff to do in California, so let's get it together. Anyways, what was I talking about? Anyways, NXT. Yeah, the NXT ended up making it just a third brand. So now it's very exciting, very good wrestling as well, which is the difference. Very good wrestling, not as scripted. The NXT is actually ran by Triple H. This is his idea, his baby. So it's a little bit more different on the creative side than SmackDown and Raw because of Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon's still old school, still believes in this, still believes in that. That's why we have Goldberg as a champion. That's why we have this and that. So it's still very old school, but mentality. The thing is, wrestling's changed. Every sport has changed. The landscape has changed. The fans are different. There's no more bad guy versus good guy. It's just people pick and choose who they want to cheer for. That was the old adage. There was a baby face and a heel. Baby face a good guy, heel being the bad guy. Back in the 80s, 70s when it started popping off, that's what it was. It's not like that very much anymore. Just like I just explained to you guys when I went to AEW, Chris Jericho is supposed to be a heel, but everyone's singing and chanting his name. His theme song. I think they're kind of edging. The good thing about AEW, which I'll get to you, and we're not really talking about today, but I'm talking to you about right now, is that they have a good mixture of everything: heel versus bad guy, or bad guy versus good guy, heel versus babyface, and they also have a mixture of great wrestling too, very exciting wrestling, newer wrestling. But yeah, you take a look at what WWE is doing right now. A lot of smaller guys are still kind of coming up. Daniel Bryan, Adam Cole, Seth Rollins, AJ Styles, still kind of like on the back burner. You still have a lot of top guys being big guys. Roman Reigns, Drew McIntyre, Brock Lesnar, a lot of big dudes still at the top. So hopefully something like that changes because sometimes I just can't watch wrestling. I do watch it. I love it. But it's a lot of the mid-card stuff like the Street Profits. Who else? The Street Profits, New Day. Those are some of my favorite guys. Aleister Black's another dude. So, very different. So NXT brings that mixture of everything. So, but now in this one, you'll pretty much have a mixture of everything. Probably a little bit of NXT. Usually what NXT does, they have their own pay-per-view the night before of a big pay-per-view like this. And it's called NXT TakeOver. Whether there be, I think this one will be in Tampa, so it'll be NXT TakeOver Tampa. They'll have their own pay-per-view. But since everyone's on lockdown, you can't do this, can't do that. They split up WrestleMania into 2 nights. Unprecedented. There we go. Let me slow it down. Unprecedented, and we'll see what happens. I'm kind of looking forward to see how it goes. The first WrestleMania with no fans, so they keep breaking records, man. They keep breaking different attendance records. If you ever watch them at WrestleMania, they love. I think back in, was it WrestleMania 3, the Pontiac Dome 2? I can't remember which one it was. But let me check. I'm gonna check because I'm gonna find out here. WrestleMania 3? Yeah. It was WrestleMania 3. I think that was the one with Andre the Giant and Hulk Hogan. Pontiac, Michigan, WrestleMania 3. 100. Let me take a look here. I just saw it right now, too. 93,173. And it says disputed right next to it, so take it for what it's worth. At the time, broke the records. I don't know if that, obviously, I don't even think the Pontiac Dome's still alive. It's still around, so. But yeah, huge weekend, WrestleMania. Some of the fights also fighting on here, wrestling in here. Sorry, John Cena versus Bray Wyatt. I could be exciting. There are a bunch of different matches, stipulations, not just straight up matches. They have, for this one's a fiery funhouse match. Don't know what it is. Maybe wrestled off location. Don't know. Fatal 5-way elimination match for the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship. The Boneyard match was The Undertaker versus AJ Styles. Undertaker still wrestling at like the ripe old age of 60. How old is he? 55. Just kidding. Sorry, Undertaker. You are 55 years old. Still looks good. Looks in good shape. Wrestling AJ Styles. One of those like dream matches. One of those like, if I wish AJ Styles back in like probably 10 years ago. I wish it would be like, AJ Styles. I want to see him against someone like Seth Rollins, which we've seen before. So a bunch of cool stuff going on here. Triple threat ladder match, SmackDown Tag Team Championship. The Miz and Morrison, New Day against the New Day and the Usos. We'll see how this goes, man. We've seen, and we're going to talk about these type of matches later on here in a little bit. Then you also have the Street Profits, which is Angelo Dawkins, Montez Ford, very entertaining against Austin Theory and Angel Garza, which should have been Austin. Austin Theory wasn't even a thought here. NXT wrestler was supposed to be Andrade, who apparently got injured his tricep or something like that. Just got back not that long ago for some suspension. So I don't know. But yeah, a bunch of other stuff going on. And the man Edge coming back. I talked about Edge a few episodes back, January-ish. When he came back, Royal Rumble, he'd be wrestling Randy Orton. The beautiful Randy Orton. So yeah, man. You guys need to check it out. WWE Network, they'll give it to you the first month for free, I believe. And after that, it's like $9.99 or whatever a month, $10 a month. What do you spend $10 a month on? I remember getting this fight back when the UFC Fight Pass came out, and dudes were like, I ain't paying $10 for UFC. I was like, dude, what the fuck do you spend $10 on? You spend more on lunch than you do, on that. And people, I remember trolling people just to piss people off because people were so mad about it. And now look at them. I don't know if they ever got it. Who cares? But yeah, crazy stuff. The man, Becky Lynch, wrestling Shayna Baszler. If you guys don't know Shayna Baszler, former UFC women's fighter, now turned wrestler. Her, Ronda Rousey, Maria Sharif, and then Jessamine Dukes, I think is her name. They were all former UFC fighters, and now they're all wrestlers. Pretty cool. Well, Maria is Ronda Rousey's friend, so I don't know if she fought, but yeah, all former pretty wrestlers. They call themselves the Four Horsewomen. Sacrilegious. There's only one Four Horsemen. Well, they call themselves Four Horsemen. No, I don't know if they call themselves the Four Horsewomen. But then Charlotte, Sasha Banks, Bayley, and Becky Lynch do it as well. I know. We'll see what happens. You might see a surprise return from Ronda Rousey this weekend. Check it out, man. Usually they have surprises, so I don't know what's going on, man. This is so weird. This is just different time. I'm so used to WrestleMania having a freaking huge crowd. They have a whole week out of it. They have a big, big week out of it. Fan signings. They have, I don't know, they have a big old expo where they have all the rings, all the different structures like cage matches that you could go in, check it out, touch it, feel it, ring it, whatever. Access to the wrestlers, say what's up, autograph signings, a bunch of different things, a bunch of different events. Obviously, the NXT takeover and then ends it with WrestleMania. But usually that's what they have. I don't know how much money they're actually losing Everyone's suffering, even the WWE. So I don't know what actually they're losing because of this. They're definitely probably losing on merch. They're definitely losing out on the ticket sales. I don't know how that all happened. I don't know if people purchasing got refunded. I'm not sure. I haven't read anything on about it. But you also got to think about Tampa. Tampa is where they're holding the event. Tampa is set. They usually the people who host it make a lot of money. And usually, I think when they had New Orleans like a year or two ago, whatever it was, they made a lot of money. A lot of people travel to New Orleans for this stuff. I think it was 31 that I remember it doing WrestleMania 31. No, 32. I can't remember. But yeah, the city makes a lot of money from this too. The tourism, the traveling, the restaurants, the bars, the blah, all this stuff, hotels. They all make a lot of money, and they just can't anymore. No one's making money now. Next year, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, we're gonna find out right now. WrestleMania 37. Let's get it together here. Will be in LA, I believe, or Las Vegas. It'll tell me right here. You can go to SoFi Stadium. So yeah, the new LA stadium, the new LA Rams stadium out there. I don't know if that's LA Rams and the Chargers. I don't think so. Is it? Let's find out. Real quick. Yep, it's for both of them. Besides the point, just kind of kicked in my head. SoFi Stadium. SoFi, if you guys don't know, I'm going to kick you guys a little bit something. SoFi is owned by Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones owns the Cowboys. Jerry Jones owns Cowboy Stadium. And now they have the name to I don't know if he owns that. You guys ever watch Ballers? Like there's that one guy who owns everything. That's Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones owns everything, runs everything. What a scumbag. Jeez. This guy don't want to pay Dak Prescott. I don't blame Dak Prescott. It's not that impressive. When he first came out, when I first saw him play against the Redskins, I'll never forget it. Maybe it was the Redskins or maybe it was actually against the Rams. I think it was the Rams. And I saw him and I was like, dude, this guy's good. He doesn't get a lot of help though, either. I mean, whatever. Where was I? But yeah, people make a lot of money, and the next year will be in California, so we'll see what happens. Who knows if we're going to even have a WrestleMania next year? Who knows if we're going to have SummerSlam coming up in August? The way everything is going, the way people aren't staying indoors. Who knows what's going to happen, man? I don't know. No one knows. Because we're not getting right information about the coronavirus. My niece said that. It was pretty funny. We're not getting a whole lot of info. Or correct info. We're getting a lot of info, just correct info. But yeah, that's what's going on this weekend. I'm looking forward to it. But with all this going on, what I've also been doing is I've been watching, like I said, I'm taking advantage of my subscriptions. I think I told you. Watched a lot of old WWE Network, old WrestleManias. But I think it was free for a lot of people as well not too long ago. Maybe it still is. So go to check it out, WWEnetwork.com. Download the app. $9.99. Players. Real quick, there was some rumors that they were actually going to sell, like they were going to have to do the pay-per-view actually on ESPN or ESPN Plus, or actually make it pay-per-view only instead of off the WWE Network. Oh, Jesus. Off the WWE Network, which that would have been good. Like, no one's getting paid. No one's going to pay $60, $70 to watch 2 nights of wrestling. Like, it just wasn't. I don't know if it was going to be both nights, but yeah, there's no one's going to pay that. So that'd be a bad business move if they were to do that. So I don't think they are. Thank God they aren't. I don't think so. It means too soon to tell. I mean, it's too late. I think it's too late. It's Thursday, so I don't think they're going to do it. But anyways, I wanted to go through my the top 5. There might be top 6. I think I got here. Let me take a look here. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Anyways, these matches, some of the best matches in WrestleMania history for me. Now, this could be different depending on who you talk to. People were different fans of, for example, back in the day, WrestleMania 3, which I think we were just talking about. Something like Macho Man Randy Savage against Ricky Steamboat. That's somebody's favorite. Ric Flair against Shawn Michaels. That was somebody's favorite. So there's a bunch of different ones on here, but let me start out here. One of the best ones would be WrestleMania 10. And I got to pull up the WrestleMania 10, which is the X. WrestleMania X. Razor Ramon versus Shawn Michaels. Ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship title. Now, I'm trying to think of what happened before this. Trying to think of a story before it. But it was just an overall great match. Very exciting. I think it was one of its, one of the first memorable ladder matches. Razor Ramon, Machismo had the toothpick. Shawn Michaels, a Heartbreak Kid at the time, heel. It was just a good match. I remember that. That's one of that was the same WrestleMania that had Lawrence Taylor against Bam Bam Bigelow, if I'm not mistaken. Had all the I think Kevin Green was there, Mongo McMichael, who was there at WWE. Then later ended up wrestling with the Four Horsemen, and NWO in WCW. But I don't know if a lot of you guys knew that, but is it this one? Let me see here. Okay, anyway, sorry, it's pulling something up. But yeah, I remember that one. Very, very good. Very entertaining. I think Razor Ramon ended up winning that one. If I remember, I just remember watching it. Razor Ramon won. Pretty sure he did. The next one, Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker, and that's what I was just looking up. WrestleMania 26. Pretty much, it's like obviously Undertaker won, and Shawn Michaels had to retire. Is what it was. Great match. Shawn Michaels came out very entertaining. This is the cool thing about WrestleMania. The one thing we probably won't be able to see is the entrances. And one thing I forgot to mention: entrances. That's something we'll be missing. They make a big spectacle out of everything. Whether it be John Cena coming out the what is it called? Convertible. What is it called? Not the Camaro. I don't think it was a Camaro. It may have been a Camaro. Yeah, I think so. Or Corvette. That's what I was looking for. Camaro, Corvette. Can't remember what it was. Comes out. John Cena has all his doppelgangers down the line, like 100 of them, 50, a lot of them. It was a lot of John Cena's. And they're sitting there doing this. Sting coming out. Triple H always has a great, he is not wrestling anyways, always has a great entrance as well. So it sucks. That's one thing. I didn't realize that. That's where we're going to suck. But anyways, Shawn Michaels coming out in all white as a white angel. Comes down, like being lowered down, like as a saint, just coming out, arms stretched out like this. Oh. And then he takes his harness off, and all of a sudden his music hits. Oh, Shawn, I think I'm cute. And it was pretty cool. Yeah, you got to go check it out. Obviously, Undertaker, too. Gonna miss his entrance, too. Great match, back and forth. There was that spot where, and the spot is obviously it's like a point in the match, where Undertaker runs out into the ring. It's like 10 years ago. Runs out, jumps over the top rope, and then I don't know if he got caught this one, but ends up like Shawn Michaels moves a cameraman in the way and just buckles a cameraman. It's crazy. If you guys have never seen it, go check it out. WWE Network. They better pay me, kick me something if you guys go check out some old school wrestling. But yeah, great match. Obviously, wasn't Shawn Michaels' last one, so still wrestled a couple times, but whatever. It's all right. We love Shawn Michaels. And this one, WrestleMania 6, I believe, Hulk Hogan versus the Ultimate Warrior. WrestleMania 6. WrestleMania 6. What do they call it? They had, like, they were explaining it to by adjectives here. Give me a second. It was WrestleMania 6, but they called it, I don't know if it was, let's see here. Here we go. Hulk Hogan. I think it was like the irresistible force was supposed to be a movable object. Or there was, I don't know if they explained that one or the Andre the Giant one that way too. Give me a second here. What's this one? But yeah, that was amazing. Champion versus champion, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, heavyweight champion versus intercontinental champion. Intercontinental champion being Ultimate Warrior. And obviously heavyweight champion being the Hulkamaniac. And that was that one went to Ultimate Warrior. It was pretty crazy because it's the first time you really see people breaking out of their power, their finishing moves. It was the first time you ever seen it. Like they only went back and forth that way, which is pretty cool. You didn't really see it. There was a finishing move and that was it. You got the finishing move, you didn't continue. This is the first time you see two entities. I want to call them entities because Hulkster, Hulkamaniacs, Ultimate Warrior had the Warriors, or what do they call them? I don't know. I can't remember what they were called, but all the little warriors running around, and this is crazy. Yeah, WrestleMania 6, 1990, being 7 years old. I remember this. Kind of watching it. I didn't watch it live, but actually after I remember watching it at some point. I can't remember how, but I remember watching it. And I was like, damn, this is pretty crazy. I've watched wrestling since I was 5, so I remember this. But yeah, I mean, as a kid, you're like, holy shit, what am I watching? What is this? You think it's real, and it's not real. How did Hulk Hogan break out of the gorilla press and out of the splash? How did Ultimate Warrior get out of the leg drop? Those type of things. It's pretty crazy. As a kid, and you're like, holy shit, you just don't forget those type of things. But yeah, I don't think this will be the last time I talk Hulk Hogan. The next match, very controversial because I just watched it not too long ago. And if I remember right, God, I can't remember. I have a shitty memory. And it was Chris. Yeah, it was Chris Benoit, triple threat match versus Chris Benoit, Triple H, and Shawn Michaels. Amazing back and forth. All three parties did a good job. Everyone was bleeding. It looked like a train wreck. It looked like a wreck in general. It was pretty crazy. That one happened in WrestleMania. Which one's this one? WrestleMania 20. 2004. Damn, 16 years ago. So yeah, WrestleMania 20. Shawn Michaels, Triple H, New York. I don't know if that was at the Madison Square Garden. By the way, I said we should tear that down. It's old, man. Let's just do away with it. Everything dies, okay? Let's do away with it before. Let's turn it into a hospital. People over there need it. All right, let's turn it into a hospital. By the way, the owner of the Knicks got tested positive for coronavirus. I don't know, man. I don't know if that's a sign. Who knows? Hope everyone's back. By the way, I was gonna say report this. I don't report anything. I just talk about it. Rudy Gobert, Donovan Mitchell, Sean Payton. A bunch of people have recovered from the COVID-19 virus, COVID, also known as the coronavirus. So that's a very good news. Everyone give them hand claps. Isolation, man. Just sit your asses at home. See, it works. I think Tom Hanks is cool, clear. I don't remember who else, but yeah. It's affecting people, but people are recovering from it, so that's a good thing. 100-plus-year-old people are recovering from it, so you can recover from it. You just got to make sure, let's do your part so we don't get caught in these positions, all right? Just a quick break from the monotony there. But yeah, Chris Benoit, Shawn Michaels, and Triple H put on a very good match. Blood everywhere. With ultimately Chris Benoit winning the championship, being the underdog going into the match. Everyone thought he was going to be doing it. He's going to be able to win. Ended up being Triple H and Shawn Michaels in the same night. Pretty big deal. Not as big as Chris Jericho beating The Rock and Stone Cold in the same night to win the first ever undisputed heavyweight championship, which is they merged. This is right after they bought WWE bought WCW, so they had a WWE championship, WCW championship, and put them together. That's the WWE Universe. No, it was a undisputed championship. I think he ended up losing the next day. It doesn't matter. But yeah, that's another one. That was number 3, I believe. 1, 2, no 3. That's number 4. Well, let's come backwards. 7, 6. What is it? 7, 6, 5, 4. Yeah, 5, 4. Number 3. I'm counting down. Number 3. And this was one of the ones that I fully remember. WrestleMania 12. And I watched this one live. Bret Hart versus Shawn Michaels Iron Man match. Shawn Michaels, again, being lowered. Coming down from the Raptors in the little glider thing. All the way down. Coming down, making an entrance. And that's when his, what's his name? Trejo? Something Trey. I can't remember his trainer's name. Trainer from San Antonio, Texas. His trainer. Comes out first and he points. And then comes Shawn Michaels. Cool entrances. We're not going to be able to see him. That sucks. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? But yeah, he points and he comes down and Iron Man match, and I think it ended up being finishing sudden death, and Shawn Michaels won a super kick. Pretty cool. That's where he's holding the belt like this, and he's just like, crying. He's like, "Oh, I got the belt." And I think, if I'm not mistaken, let me take a look here. Mania 12. That happened 1996, so the next year is when they screwed Bret Hart. So this was like a long kind of feud going on between the two. And I think Bret Hart, or eventually Shawn Michaels ended up doing the DX and all that shit, which is pretty crazy. Yeah, I think the next year ended up screwing Bret Hart. Cool. If you remember, Bret screwed Bret. That's another Dark Side of Wrestling you guys need to watch. I don't know if I think it's on there. It's on Vice on YouTube. Go check it out. If I find it, I'll link it on the bio if I forget. Link it in the description. I apologize. But yeah, crazy stuff, man. That's crazy. Everything starts tying in together. This is old wrestling. This is very innovative. Vince McMahon had this was a year, but now it's like had this big thought, and for about 30 WrestleManias, maybe 30 plus years, 40, but however long he's been doing this, 30 plus years. I think now it's time just to go sit down, brother. Go sit down. They need help. Go in the background. Go retire. Give it up. We have a lot of capable hands. There needs to be something new moving forward. Hopefully this whole apocalypse thing, whatever's going on, maybe forces a change. Who knows? Maybe this whole WrestleMania 36, like it's not going as planned. Maybe he's like, well, maybe I'm losing my edge. Maybe I don't know. I hope something changes. Who knows? But number 2 here, and both the next two, in the top 2 here, happen in the same WrestleMania. And number 2 is Stone Cold versus The Rock. Stone Cold versus The Rock, one of the first, was he the first one or first even? No, the second one, I believe, between the two. Crazy match. I'll never forget. I mean, those are probably 2 of the 4 Mount Rushmore wrestlers for a lot of people. The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Without them, there wouldn't be a WrestleMania 36. There probably wouldn't be a WrestleMania, 30, 31, whatever. A lot of these new guys probably wouldn't be here because of those 2 guys, Stone Cold and The Rock. the Attitude Era was led because of Stone Cold and The Rock. The Attitude Era is what I think they have. Attitude Era. I think they have like a own little special. I don't know because they have the Ruth. I think they do. I'll look for it. The Rock and Stone Cold, man, the stare down, the beat down, and then it ended up with Vince McMahon coming out, and then Stone Cold turning heel. He was a babyface. I don't know what he was, but he would turn heel and turn into Vince McMahon's side. Ended up beating The Rock, getting the championship. I think that was the beginning of corporate Stone Cold. They didn't last very long, if you guys remember. But yeah, so much crazy stuff. That was just such crazy, crazy stuff. But the one thing that stood out in that WrestleMania 17, it wasn't that match. It was stood out, but not as much as the number one match, in my opinion. WrestleMania ever was the, I want to say TLC, or it was TLC match, ladder match, TLC match between the Hardy Boys, Edge and Christian, and the Dudley Boys. I still watch that, and I just still in awe. You have to watch just the beautiful disaster. I don't know how else to explain it. The beautiful disaster, the beautiful car wreck. It's just beautiful in general, in my opinion. But with so much, it's a car wreck, a train wreck. It's a barnyard fight. It's like a bar fight, and a great wrestling all mixed into one. I don't know how to explain it. I mean, everyone falling off from, you're talking about probably 20, 30 feet in the air on the tables. And these guys are 200 plus pounds. Some of them are 300 pounds just falling, and that shit cannot feel good. Falling through tables, getting hit by chairs, getting hit by ladders, falling off the ladders. Just the athleticism from all 6 individuals involved in the match is amazing. I think it was at some point in that match, Rhino comes out. Rhino, big dude. Rhino comes in, helps Edge and Christian, but then Spike Dudley comes out, helps the Dudley Boys, and then Lita comes out and tries to help the Dudley Boys, or no, the Matt Hardy and the Hardy Boys, and what happens? Rhino comes out, gores somebody, spears him. Spike Dudley comes out, does his little thing, and then Lita comes out. And Lita's bad. She's still bad. She still looks great till this day. Goes out there, and she cranks Spike Dudley in the head with a chair shot, I believe. And then Hurricanrana's Rhino. And she's like sitting there taking off her top. Not like her bra, but the top she had, and she's throwing it at him. And then all of a sudden she gets put in the 3D device, whatever it's called, by the Dudley Boys into a table. Oh, it was just nuts. It was non-stop action from the get-go. And then having Bubba Ray Dudley, which is he's now known as Bully Ray. And then Matt Hardy getting dumped off the... So it's on the ring, and then there's a ladder in the ring. Then they get dumped off the ladder outside of the ring onto like 4 or 6 tables stacked together. Bam. All of them just splint, just explode. Then you have Jeff Hardy doing a swanton flip, a forward flip onto Rhino, and then Spike Dudley. Dude, it was just nuts. But the best thing, and the best moment that ever stands out, the one thing that stands out the most is Jeff Hardy hanging on the ring. So you're supposed to get a ladder match like that. You're supposed to get the titles off the ring that's being hung out. That's why the ladders are involved. And he's hanging on the ring. And here comes Edge on a ladder, spearing him off the ring onto the ground. There is a guy in the background you can see in the crowd, and his reaction I'll never forget. He had his hands in his head, eyes wide open. You could see him, and he's like, "Holy shit!" Unbelievable. And that was like one of many classes those 6 guys had put on. But I'll never forget that ever. I'll be on my deathbed when I'm hopefully 90, and I'll be like, put on WrestleMania 17. I want to see Edge go through that I want to see everyone go to those tables. Yeah, just it's crazy. It's good childhood memories, great memories in general. WrestleMania actually brings a whole lot of people together. I still know a lot of people, obviously, who watch wrestling. Don't watch it as much, but WrestleMania comes on, everyone will watch it. I'm sure everyone will watch WrestleMania 30 when it came on ESPN last week. It's just one of those things that brings people together, and it's just an amazing thing. It's cool to have. It's great to have right now, especially in a time when we need to be together, virtually, not physically. We need to be together. We need to be. We need to have something, something to break up the monotony. Like I said, and I'm glad WrestleMania's happened. But those are my top matches. That one being the number one, and if you guys haven't seen it, go check it out. You can even find highlights on it. You probably can. It's just crazy. Just nuts. That's a lot of the big reasons why a lot of these guys retired early. I won't say early, but they retired on time. I think Bubba Ray still wrestles. Devon doesn't wrestle. Edge obviously just came back, was retired because he had neck issues. But he came back. He's healthier, and he's wrestling again. I don't think he's going to be wrestling for a lot, but he's going to wrestle again. He wrestled Royal Rumble, and took some bumps a couple of weeks, and now he's going to be doing a whole-on match against Randy Orton this weekend. Christian retired, doesn't wrestle anymore. Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy still wrestle. Matt Hardy now with AEW, sorry. AEW returned a couple weeks ago, and then Jeff Hardy just returned not too long ago from suspension. The dude's just a bad drunk, likes to get party, likes to get fucked up. But yeah, crazy stuff, memorable stuff. But it's not done. There's a whole lot more memories to be had. And I also want to take you through the best moments, in my opinion, that are happening in WWE, WrestleMania. I'll go through this pretty quickly. But one of the best moments, which is very controversial now, and I just talked about it, was Benoit winning the championship. For the longest time, like I mentioned, the undersized dude doesn't get love. Chris Benoit is a smaller dude. Shawn Michaels one of those few smaller dudes. Shawn Michaels, Rey Mysterio, few smaller dudes to put him on the map. Everyone else is pretty big dude. But yeah, Chris Benoit winning was a big deal. Because holy shit, almost dropped my mic. Because Eddie Guerrero comes out, celebrates the confetti's coming down. It's very eerie now to think about it because I think the next year you ended up losing Eddie Guerrero, and it's just a big cool moment between two real life friends. And Eddie Guerrero won earlier that day his title, or has kept his title, and they share a big hug, a real hug. Everything it was very cool moment. But then that was like one of those times where you didn't know at the time, but looking back now, it's like damn, that was like. It's pretty crazy, which makes it probably a way different moment. That's one of the top moments. Second one, Daniel Bryan winning his triple threat match. I think that one was in Mardi Gras or Louisiana, the Superdome, against Batista and Triple H, Randy Orton. In that match is where they combined finishing moves, powerbomb, and then RKO'd him into the table. Randy Orton falls on the TV. He's like, oh, it was pretty. Well, check it out. But yeah, him winning one of the same thing. Another smaller dude. He actually wrestled earlier. The match made it more dramatic against Triple H in like a no holds barred match. He ended up winning. If he didn't win, he wouldn't have been in the title match. So now he's in the title match. Ends up winning the title match. Main event WrestleMania. Big moment. Streams are going off. But one of the best moments is that he goes out and he hugs a kid. No one knew it at the time because we're all just watching. But he goes out and hugs a kid. Maybe it's his little brother. Maybe it's family. Don't know who it is. Goes out there and hugs his kid. This is for you. This is you. Sweet. Thank you. Ended up being this kid called Connor. They ended up dubbing him the name Connor the Crusher, which now has unfortunately he had I think I want to say leukemia or some sort of cancer that he just couldn't recover as a child, unfortunately, and passed away. Now they have Connor's Cure. If you ever see him every now and then, I think in October they have him. They have the Connor's Cure. That's kind of their thing. Connor's Cure pins. So that's named after him, and that's a pretty cool moment right there. They have a whole thing about Connor, I think, on the WWE Network as well. Go check it out. Cool stuff. I'm telling you, check out everything. Check it all out. The other moments will be WrestleMania 3, Hulk Hogan. Is it WrestleMania 3? I can't forget. Or WrestleMania 1. Fuck. Come on, Edgar. WrestleMania. Did I have it up here? Here we go. WrestleMania 3. Andre the Giant versus Hulk Hogan. And watching, obviously didn't watch it. It came out when I was born. 83 is when it came out, right before I was born. No, 87, 4 years later. Sorry. I was still a baby. I didn't watch wrestling. Started to watch wrestling yet. So, the Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant match. Would you ever watch? There's another thing to watch. If you guys want to have HBO, watch the Andre the Giant documentary on HBO. Very cool. Explains a lot about this too. And explains why this is also makes it a way bigger thing than what it was. So go and check it out. But it's Hulk Hogan slamming Andre the Giant because no one's ever done it till that point. At least I don't think. Not on TV anyways. But I mean, he's made him out to be 8 foot tall, 500, 600 pounds. Andre the Giant used to smash cases of beer like it's nothing. 100 beers in a sitting. Big dude. So had Hulk Hogan slam him, leg drop, win the championship. That was a really big moment, really big deal. Especially back then in the 80s, because there wasn't that transparency that there is now of wrestling. It was always that unspoken thing. You just don't talk about wrestling. You stay in character. They call it kayfabe is what they call. So kayfabe. So yeah, it's still always pretty much stay in character back then. Now you really don't have to, but it's what it was back in the day. That was a really, really big deal. And I just talked about this not that long ago, but Edge spearing Jeff Hardy off top of the ladder, off the ring, the brass ring, the ring that held the titles, and then onto the match. Crazy. It was nuts. Remember everyone's reaction. I just talked about it. Don't want to beat a dead horse. But number one was the face-off between Rock and Hogan. And I explained this earlier how it was like one of those, matches with AJ Styles, Undertaker coming up this weekend. But Hulk Hogan versus The Rock was one of those ones that I want to watch this. I want to see how this would have planned out. And this was like right after they were both baby faces. I think NWO just beat them up or something like that. I can't remember what happened, but they ended up wrestling each other at that WrestleMania. Which one was it? Damn it. Uncle Edgar didn't come prepared. Damn it. Come on, Rodriguez. Hold on. I can't remember. 18? Was it 18? Rock versus Hogan. That one. Yeah, 18. Damn it. We'll see here. Rock versus, Icon versus Icon, WrestleMania 18. It was that one, because you never forget because the crowd. You never forget that because of the crowd. For 20 minutes, however long the match went, 15, 20 minutes, just for that match, it was just loud. It was just nuts. It was back and forth. It was Hogan, Rock, Hogan, Rock, Hogan, Rock. Ultimately, The Rock beating him, rock bottom, obviously. But you don't forget those type of things. I was just like, dude, this is nuts. What are we watching right now? You never thought a match like this would happen. And it did happen. And it was very, very entertaining. Chill bumps just thinking about it. I'll probably go watch it after we're done here. See chill bumps. Don't look at me, please. I haven't had any physical contact with a lady with the minute. Anyways, we'll talk about that Sports with Life podcast episode number 40. But yeah, that was those are the best moments. If you can go check it out, I was just crazy. Just a bunch of different things, bunch of different WrestleManias that happened. Obviously, I don't know if it's gonna happen. You have people like Pete Rose who show up. A lot of celebrities usually show up, get involved. The Gronk is supposed to be hosting it this weekend. Gronk showed up. 31, that's the one. I think 30-31, the one that Seth Rollins won the WrestleMania. Cashed in his money in the bank. But yeah, so many different things, so many just memories about WrestleMania. Kind of sucks we're in the state we're in, but I'm glad we're getting something and not nothing. You know? Do you know what I'm talking about? It doesn't matter what you're talking about. I had to throw that in. I know you started talking. But yeah. That's it, man. That's all I have. I'm looking forward to as a WrestleMania edition, sprinkling in a couple other things. But that's about it. Everything's still being canceled. Everything's being canceled. All the way up to like June, July, still being canceled because there's no uncertainty when we're getting back up and running as a full community. So we'll see. But I want you guys to keep following rules. Stay your ass at home. Do good for your kids. Let's do better for our kids. Let's learn shit. Let's watch WrestleMania this weekend. Remember, my inboxes are open at Sports Plus Live Podcast on Sports Plus Live on YouTube, Sports Plus Live Instagram and Twitter, MRAKCO Instagram and Twitter, Sports Plus Live on TikTok. Even though I made a video yet, I don't know what to do. I'm nervous. Even like this doesn't bother me, but like making a TikTok, like, whoa, pa arriba, pa abajo. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. But holler at me. My DMs are open, ladies. You just heard me. Holler at your boy. DMs are open. Thank you guys for tuning in to episode of Sports Plus Live, episode number 39, WrestleMania edition. Yeah, I love you, miss you. Can't wait to touch you guys' faces. You guys can touch mine. I'm looking scraggly. Everyone is. I'll see you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Late.